Hi everyone, Maxine here, Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. If you recall, if you watched a prior video in which I did a swatching of this paint, it is, what is it? KURETAKE? Can you see that? KURETAKE. Everything is in Japanese, I guess. So if they have any information as far as light steadfast or you know, granulating or anything like that, well, you can't tell. Anyway, and if you remember, I commented about how this is a box. This is a paper box, and this is not going to hold up to watercolor, because guess what? Guess what doesn't play well together? Paper and water. So I have been on the lookout for something that can replace this and be economical, and I have found it. So I'm very excited to share with you my find, and it's these little, they're plain. So these KURETAKE pans are bigger than normal. I mean, this is nearly 2 inches long. That's a lot bigger than a normal pan of watercolor would be. So those types of palettes are not going to work. So you need something that is just an open space, and I found these. Each of these will hold 12 of these larger pans, and I found a set of 4, which is perfect. I will link all the information below if you're interested. So what I've done is and I believe that when you swatch, I have a hard time saying that word, swatch watercolor, you really should do it on the type of paper you're going to be painting on. You know, whether that's high-end 100% cotton rag, or whether it's, you know, something more economical. I think you should swatch on the paper you're going to be using. So I have got my watercolor paper. I have cut it to size so it fits right in the lid area, and I will, you know, tack this down with some glue or double stick tape or something like that. So there we go, like this. So we are going to do some swatching. Why do I shouldn't even use words I can't pronounce. So I'm gonna pick a brush that I don't know, maybe let's use this flat one and see how that goes. Okay, so I got my waters here. You can't see the waters, they are just a little bit out of, but that's not important, is it? All right, so black. Oh, and another thing I got was these metallic squares, and that's on the back here. I put 2 on each one, and as you can see, that fits perfectly, and that's gonna, you know, hold these in place once they're put down in the palette. So isn't that brilliant? So, and this one I liked because it's already cut. Here, I'll show you. If you can see, they're already cut, so you don't have to cut it. I almost got some magnetic sheets that weren't cut, and then I saw these and I thought, oh, brilliant. So yeah, you just got to make sure that, you know, I thought, you know, 2 would work, which is perfect. There's 48 of these paints and 100 squares, 2 each. You know, that would leave me with a couple left over, so that works. All right, so here we go. I get my brush wet. Now these paints have not been sprayed first, so I haven't gotten them wet ahead of time. All right, so hope I'm in frame. And I have this little mark on each of these. It's just a way of seeing how transparent a color is, basically. Boy, that got my wash water dirty right away. So yeah, I think it's just important that you do this on the paper that you're going to be using, because then it kind of shows you better how the paint is going to react. I'm just trying to, I had a lot of paint on my brush, so now I'm trying to mop it up and get a variation of it, if that's possible, with the black. Okay, so black is right here in this right hand bottom corner, so we're gonna put it right there. And our next one is Raw Umber Deep. No, I'm sorry, it's Blue Gray Deep. So this color comes up real quickly. No denying that. So I tried to make this palette the more neutral colors and the darker colors. I was going to put the Blue Gray Deep in with the blues, but you know, I wasn't able to do that, so it didn't work out number wise, because each one of these will hold 12 of these if you go this way with it. So you can't get it right into the corner because the corners are rounded, which is fine. So just I think I want them like that. Give more room in between. So and you know, I'm not gonna do all of them, of course. I just wanted to come along and show you what I have found. You know, if you're looking for something, if you have the I'm probably saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong. I always do. I haven't heard the word pronounced in a while, so I should have checked that out before I came on to talk about it, but there you have it. Oh, honestly. Let's see, there we go. So, I don't know, this one seems to be a little more transparent. I don't use black. I'm one of those people that, you know, traditional watercolorists don't use black or white. So, yeah, I don't use black. I don't even use black if I want to mix a dark color. I don't use black. And I probably, you know, I could have just left it out of this palette altogether. Because I don't think I'm, you know, ever going to use it. I never do. I like mixing a dark color using, you know, dark red, dark blue, and maybe a dark green. You get a nice deep dark color, but it has more life than black. Black is kind of dead. It's kind of a dead color. So here we go. So just like that. This is burnt sienna. I hope I've been in frame. Yeah, this watercolor comes up really well. I haven't pre-wetted it at all. So I have it to where the name of the paint is below the paint. I thought about that, you know, whether I wanted it above or below, and well, I picked below. No particular reason, really. I probably should have started with a more interesting palette, huh? Instead of the neutrals. There we go. Yellow ochre, yellow ochre is another one. I wanted it with yellows, but the numbers didn't work out. So I decided to put it in with the neutrals, even though yellow ochre is a color that I use quite often. Same way with the burnt sienna. Those are good colors. And this is the gold. Now you have to write out your numbers or your names of your colors before you put the magnets on, because the colors are actually printed on the bottom of these. I will show you one that hasn't been done. See, it's printed on the bottom, but you know, once you put the magnets on, that gets covered up. So you need to make sure you've got your colors wrote down before you do it. Of course, if you've swatched, like I swatched all these colors when I first got it, and I wrote the names on here, which, you know, that would help you, but it's just easier, you know, to get them wrote down when you can still see them, rather than having to figure out what color it is afterwards. Some of these, it's really hard to tell looking at the palette what color it's actually going to come out to be. What are they? The violet ones are very, I mean, the violet ones look like they're black or, you know, something. They don't look like they're going to be violet. That one, and this is the bluish gold. Is that what that says? Bluish gold? Doesn't look bluish to me. That can't be right. Maybe it's not saying the word right. Looks like it's pretty transparent though. These are also colors I, you know, don't think I'm going to be using that much of. But, you know, maybe a little accent or something. So it looks like I'm going to have to redo some spacing here. But that's okay. I mean, they can move around. They're not welded to the bottom of the tray. They're just held down. So yeah, I am very excited about finding this system. I kind of wanted, well, what do I want to say? I didn't want a palette as big as it would need to be to fit all of them. But a palette that was big enough for maybe half and get 2 of them would have been nice. Instead of, you know, having 4. Okay, so I'm going to have to reposition these. But, you know, it is what it is. Well, I need to come down more. Trust me, they all fit. I dry fitted first, of course, right? Because why wouldn't you? So I think I had this over more so it can come down. Although they are hard to move once they're in here with magnets, which is a good thing, really, right? There we go. That's not so bad. Okay. Uh-oh. Beige. Okay. And white. Gold. There we go. So, let's get these going in the right way, too. Oh. Okay. All right. We got rose beige. I'm still deciding whether I even like these paints, to be honest. I did a couple of different paintings, and I did one painting using this paint and the same painting using, I think it was M. Graham paint, and I can honestly say that using M. Graham, it wasn't as much of a struggle, if that makes sense. So yeah, it wasn't as much of a struggle using the M. Graham as it was using this paint. Come on. I just want them separated. There we go. That works. Okay. Fiddling about with that. And of course, you're not even going to see this. And this does not come up that well. Look, there's nothing on the brush. This does not come up that well, the white gold. Of course, the golds, I didn't think came up as readily as the other colors either. So, yeah, see, you're not gonna You're not going to see that. And the last one being white. Again, it's not a color I'm probably going to use. Although every once in a while I might mix with white. Or maybe use a little bit for a highlight or something like that, but I typically have not used white. I mean, in my other colors like M. Graham or Holbein, I don't have white. I've never purchased white or black. There. So, there we have it. There's our palette and there's our swatch. I'm going to let that dry and then I will put it in the lid here with probably double stick tape and it'll be all ready to go. And then guess what we can do on the outside? Decorate! Yay! So that's always fun, huh? I get to decorate. I think I'll probably use watercolor paper for the outside. Probably cut to match the size. So yeah, I'd probably be about the same size as what I did for those. So I'll put something like this down on it and you know, just, I don't know, do some kind of design using the colors that are in the palette. How about that? And then of course naming it. Like this one would be, I don't know, neutrals or something like that. And then I'll have another palette that's reds, another one that's greens, you know, just like that. So anyway, when I get finished, I will show you what I have done, and I will link these products below, so if you're interested, you can go check them out. So I'll be back with the final. Okay, we're back, and let me move that. That's better, huh? So we're back, and this is what I come up with. Now I thought of all kinds of different patterns or you know, whatever for this. I thought of maybe doing a flower for each one and doing the different colors, and I thought, oh gee, 12 colors and one flower, that might get difficult. So I ended up just doing 12 circles, just a way to see, okay, what color's in there, right? And then I labeled them. This one goes from red to lilac to purple. This one goes from blue to forest green. This one goes sap green to orange to yellow. And then this is our neutrals that I did earlier. So inside we have our colors and our swatch, and here we have our colors and our swatch. Colors and swatch. And last but not least. So anyway, I think this project turned out pretty well. Like I said, I have 4 palettes now, but they're not too big. I mean, I don't know, did I give you the dimensions of this? Let me do that real quick just to make sure. So this is about 4 1/4 wide and about 7 inches long. So it's 4 1/4 by 7. So this is a nice small size in and of itself. And you know, you could organize your colors any way you wanted to. I mean, you can make 4 palettes that are, you know, pretty much have all the colors you would need, you know, if you were going to go pen air or something like that. I mean, maybe you do a palette that, you know, excuse me, maybe you do a palette that has, you know, a couple yellows, a couple blues, a couple reds, so you can mix, maybe a couple neutrals, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, you can organize these, you know, however works best for you, really. But this is metal. And this is going to stand up to the use of water a lot better than this paper thing was going to do. So all in all, I'm just really pleased with how this turned out. Really pleased with my idea. And so, yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'll link the products below. I have no affiliations with anything. So, you know, just so you know up front, I don't get anything. When I make recommendations, it's because I think it might help you. I think it might fill a need. I'm excited about it, so maybe you would be too. That type of thing. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and please like and subscribe if you haven't, and join me for the next video. Until then, take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Bye.